Hi, I am Mike of Nearly Enough Dice. This is the Kerbal Space Program. We are on the Mun. We are on the Mun with Mun Rover I and Mun Hopper 3. And I want to get these to the mining station, which is all the way over here, which is 20 odd kilometers away, right? Now, there is an interesting... My normal way of getting around, my normal way of hopping is to, head off, keep powering up until my apoapsis is over the target, and then calculate how close I need to be, the distance away from it, in order to go retro and slow down. But last time I went as few as 20 odd kilometers away in the Mun Hopper. By the time I worked that out, I was already too close, so I overshot. Now that particular time was I wasn't trying to go for a precision landing, so I didn't mind that much. But in this case, I'm trying to get to a specific location. I'm trying to land directly on, or well, not quite on, but near a mining station. So I have a new thought, which is I have a taxi stand here. I have the taxi stand flag as a target, so I know how far away I am from that, and I can look that up in my Kerbal Engineer Redux readout here, so I can see how far away I am. I've made a custom waypoint directly on top of the mining station, which you can do with the waypoint manager. And you can, it's actually fairly simple. You literally load it up and say, I actually loaded up the mining station, and you load up the waypoint manager, and you can say use the current ship location as the waypoint location. So now that I've got that active, I can also see how far away that is by checking that distance. So what I think I can do is rocket off until my until I'm going to pass over my target. And then I stop my engines, and then I take a note of my distance. How far away am I from the taxi stand? And then, using that, when say I'm exactly a kilometer away, it won't be that, it'll be more than that, but let's say it's exactly a kilometer away. When I turn off my engines, I know that I need to be a kilometer away to start my engines to slow down at the other end, at least approximately. It won't quite be that, because I'll have used fuel, and thus I'll be lighter, and thus my engines will be giving me more thrust. But it should be a good approximation, and it should work even if I don't have enough time to do my calculations of I'm going to be this far above, and therefore, and I'm going to be this far above, and I'm going to be going this fast, and I'm going to take this long, and that means it's going to take this distance. That means I need now do the Pythagoras, and okay, this is how far I want to be. I think this should give me a good approximation. So I'm going to try this first with the Mun Rover I, which actually has it has 3,641 delta V, which is enormous. But it is very small. It is very light, and it was designed to be a refueler. It was designed to be able to get to a place and then have fuel left over to refuel something, which it did. It did very well. That it actually succeeded admirably in its first go round. The only problem being that it didn't then have enough fuel to get back. A slight problem. Let's bring in the solar panels. I shouldn't need to actually bring them in, but because it's not like I'm moving through atmosphere, which will blow actually blow them off. The other thing I need to do, in fact, what I might do, I'll bring in the solar panels on the Mun hopper. So basically, I've just got less to accidentally run into. Another thing. Yes, normally this is well, normally I can, because it's got these claws, I can control from there, and I should just realize that that's what's happening. It's currently pointing sideways, so I'm going to control from that top docking port. Another question I don't know the answer to. Oh no, which I can actually work out. The heading to is 131, which is off that way. Let's try something quickly. Control from here. Oh yeah, see, I can see I can see where it is. That's the target that I'm aiming for. But because this is the reason I do that is so that when I want to dock with something, I control from one of the claws, and then I hover and go towards the target. That is not what I'm doing here. I'm going to be using it as a rocket ship, so I would definitely want to control from up here. So that's 90, that's 180, so I'm going to be wanting to go that-ish way. So I'm mostly wanting to go that way, and I'll work some stuff out exactly. I'm going to be doing it with the Mun hopper, sorry, the Mun Rover first, because quite frankly, if it crashes, I don't care. I'm not going to be sad at all if that crashes, so. Right, let's quick save, so I can come back and do this again if I need to. Let's go. And let's put RCS and there, yeah. Aha, I'm actually pointing this way. Okay, alright. There we go. One of the issues that I always have with these things is I'm always wanting to make sure that I know where I should be controlling the craft, or as in where the camera should be. So that I control the craft from there. And it's between these two legs, which is actually quite good. Now there's a tripod, I can keep track of stuff like that. Alright, so I am vaguely on track. I'm going to bring up the big map very briefly. Mostly so that I can then... There we go. Bring up this map. This is the actual map I want, because that's going to help me aim properly towards... let's go up before I smash into things. Ah. Okay, so there we go. Adjusting so that I'm, as far as I can tell, going pretty much exactly towards. Now I'm going to go towards the horizon. I think I'm alright. Let's go up a bit actually. And I can see my path here on that small map. So a whole bunch of mods coming in handy here. Custom waypoint. Yeah, the waypoint manager. And ScanSat. All being very, very handy at this point. But also just good old-fashioned map. And part of the problem is that I'm actually 2,000 meters. I'm going up 2,000 meters. So I think I want to be about 8 kilometers away. But I'm adding some height because it took me, you know, well, I need to go up 2,000 meters. Right. So now we're going to see what happens. I could probably do with changing targets now. In fact, let's do that. So I thought it was 8 kilometers, so the problem I may have is now height. So we'll see how that goes. So I definitely wouldn't have had time to do the calculations, I don't think. All right. So I'm going to have to keep track of my height by the train. I'm about 2,000 meters above. I should be all right. I'm obviously fine for Delta V. I've aimed pretty well. I'm pretty pleased with that. What's the suicide burn? Oh no, it's Delta V. I want that. So if that starts to get too low, that's when I start saying, actually, I'm just going to go straight up and forget landing directly. I'm just going to have to avoid smashing the ground. But I'm doing all right, actually. And I'm beginning to bring the retrograde marker up the nav ball, which is good. I'm aiming very well towards my target. Looks like I'm going to be a bit short, but nothing terrible. Plenty of Delta V, so I'll be able to hover. Slope's not too bad around here. Alright, looks like I'm going to be about 3 kilometres short as things stand. Okay, so I'm now pointing vertically. And it looks like I'm going to be about 3 clicks away. Oh, maybe less than that. So let's head directly towards it. Now I'm going to go retrograde again. Actually, no. Now I'm going to go up. It's hard to tell. Retrograde. Okay, that's not made me go as close as I wanted to, but. That's not helping. Well, keep that. I was about to take that away, but I don't think. I think I want to keep that for the moment. Okay, so I'm now I'm just going to hover. Going to hover my way there. I don't have a an actual. That's not what I wanted at all. I don't actually have a KOS on this. I've only got just yeah, I've got 2 on the mining station, but I don't have 1 on this craft. Oh, I'm going up. I don't want to do that. So it's all going to be manual hovering. So that's fine. So I could have done that better. I don't know what exactly I needed to do to get that really accurate, but within 3 kilometers I don't mind too much. This particular craft has got so much delta V, it's just silly. So there's that. How are we doing? Oh, I can't actually. So basically every time I hit negative 4 meters a second, I'm just going to blast until I get above 0. I should probably just land actually, and accept that I'm far away. So I'm not quite sure what this means in terms of I want to go slightly this way, I think. Because obviously I'm going to want to do much the same thing with the Mun hopper. So it's going to be a question of how exactly I do that. Whoa. Well, anyway, I'm feeling reasonably confident that I'm going to be able to land this thing. I'm going to call it a day here in terms of recording, because I don't want to go on too long. I'm going to say thanks so much for watching. Do hit like and subscribe if you're enjoying these videos. Come visit me at nearenoughdicecom. We're also on Facebook and Twitter. And given that this is going out, this will go out Christmas Day 2015. Have yourselves a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. But I'll probably see you tomorrow. And until next time, reach for the stars. There we go. Touchdown. Nice.